If you're interested in living in America legally, and maybe you have some money to invest, you know what? E2 visa may be the way to go. I did it. I did get the E2 visa, and now I live legally in America with my family. In this video, I will share with you the reality of this process, and at the end, I will share my own journey to get the E2 visa for the American dream, if you're interested. Hello everyone, I'm John Ordonez, entrepreneur, real estate agent for more than 15 years. I am originally from Colombia, but I lived also in Costa Rica for around 20 years. I decided to invest in America, and I wanted to share this with many people out there that maybe are thinking to do the same. Maybe if you want to do the same and live in America, if you do it with faith, if you do it right, follow the process, and you can come and live in America and live the American dream. Stay with me. Let's start with my first point for the E2 visa. I think the first step that you gotta do is look for the right attorney to guide you. That's very important. There are many details that you have to learn about this process. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not an attorney. I know a very good attorney who was the person who guided me to get my E2 visa, but that is key. You have to find a good attorney, a legal person within the United States that can guide you and answer any or many of the questions that you may have for this long process, right? You need to gather a lot of information and all that. But my first advice is look for that attorney. If you want my advice, I have an attorney from California, and he's a very good attorney. I can refer you to him, to his team, and he can help you. I did a fantastic experience with this guy, but my first thing is find that attorney to guide you in all that. Obviously, you have to know before you spend time in all this, you have to know that you have to have money. You have to have some money and a very good idea. So start searching on that, and also, which is very important, your country, the country of your nationality, they have to have a trade with America. If they have a trade with America, that's key for you to be able to get the E2 visa. So those things are the first things I did to start my journey and get my E2 visa. Let's go to the second point. You have to look for the right business. Look for that right business that fits your budget. It's gotta be a business that also you know about, that you have experience about, and also, as I said, your budget. Think about business operation. When you think about business operation, how much you will need to operate, for example, a restaurant. How much you're gonna need to operate, I don't know, a deli. How much you're gonna need to operate these different type of businesses. Have that in mind, because that is gonna be key. Also, it's gotta be a system that a business that is gonna fit the system to be able to get the E2 visa, all right? And that is gonna be something that you're qualified to do. You have to have experience in that. You have to prove to the American government that you have the experience to run that business in America, here in America, successfully. That you have the experience, you have also the money to invest it, and all those things are very important. That look for the right business. I will suggest to look for franchises, but also you can start a business from scratch. If it's a great idea, they accept a great idea, but you have to have everything in writing. You have to have plans. You have to have all those things. So that's very important. In my case, what I did is I acquired a franchise, and that's what I'm doing in America right now. I'm running my franchise business. I have American employees, and that's the way I do it. So very important. Budget and business that fits in the system to get the E2 visa. Okay, my next step. I've been saying that for this you will need the attorney to guide you, because there are many questions along the way. So my next point is, you have to get all papers as said by your attorney, by the American Embassy. Get all and every single document and follow every single step. You have to follow every single step. You have to be patient. You know, it's very important. Actually, in life, it's very important to be patient. You have to wait. You have to go with the process. Read one thing, the instructions 1, 2, 3, 4 times, whatever you need to read them, but make sure that you follow every single step to be able to accomplish that goal and get your E2 visa. That's key. You know, many people try to skip a few things there, a few things here, you know, but this is not the case. Let me tell you, my file, when I went to get the E2 visa, was like this big. That was like this big, the file that they had at the embassy, and every single thing they checked. And then we get it, but this is a process that took us like a year and a half to get everything. Actually, maybe our process was a little longer, because we did it like right before the coronavirus pandemic, and then part of the process was during the coronavirus, so that delayed things a lot. But I would say like a year could take you. In my case, I would say that it took maybe a year and a half to 2, because I took a lot of time looking for the business, meeting people online, meeting people here. I came to America a couple times to see the areas where I wanted to be, stuff like that. So it's gonna take time. Be patient and follow every single step. As I said before, I'm not an attorney. I'm just a person who got the E2 visa, and I just wanted to give some ideas, some information on what happened here. But get all those papers and get your E2 visa. Let's continue with the next point. On this, my next point, I want to advise you to travel to America before you decide on the business and the state where you want to live, where you're gonna have the business, where you want to have the business, where you want to start a business. You have to travel to those specific states. Very important to check when you're checking about states, taxes, income taxes, you know, and any other taxes that the states, each individual state has. So check that before you decide, and also check about the weather. I don't know if you want to be like in a warmer place, go to the southern parts of America. If you don't mind about, or you want to be around snow some parts of the year, you go to the northern parts of America. I ended up being on the northern part, on the New England area. I'm like a little north from New York, like between New York and Boston. So that's considered or called New England. So it's very important that you come to America before you make the final move, meet with the people or the company that is selling you the franchise, or the company or the person that is selling you that existing business for you to get the E2 visa. So there are different options. Obviously, you can acquire a business that is already existent. You can start a brand new business. You can start your own business with your own idea. That's another option. So there are different options to be able to get the E2 visa. As I said, I'm not an attorney. Your attorney is going to answer more specifically or more in depth these questions. It's very important that you get that attorney, and any of these questions go, you know, more in detail. It's very important. So get familiar, and then choose the area. And when you come to America, the tourism visa is also a B1 visa, which is business. And your attorney is going to tell you this, but when you come to explore your business or the business you're going to buy and so forth, you have to enter with a B1 visa. The only thing you have to say is when you get to customs, you have to tell them you're coming to explore some business and some business meetings and conferences and stuff like that, and you need a B1 entry. So when you get the B1, then you're allowed to attend all these things, because if you don't say that and you come with a tourism visa, that's only to explore the country as a tourist, and that's very important. I did everything by the book, do everything by the book, do everything by the law, and I'm pretty sure, obviously with faith, I'm a person of faith, so put that in God's hands and move on with your family with the process to get the E2 visa. In this next step, I'm gonna just mention a few processes that you're gonna face once you are in America. After you have received your E2 visa, let's say, obviously the E2 visa is gonna allow you to bring your spouse, and it's gonna allow you to bring also your kids. It's under 18 years old, so that's very important. When you are in America, you're gonna face other things. For example, you have to get the Social Security for you and your spouse. So that's a process. You have to, when you come to America, you're gonna enter with the E2 visa, and then you have to wait a few days. I think it's like a week, and then after that you gotta go online to the Border Patrol Security Patrol office, which is online, and then you get your I-94. I-94 is a document where it says that you are legally in the United States under which category. In this case would be the E2 visa, and that is going to be required for you to be able to apply for the Social Security. In my case, I had not a very good experience with the Social Security. It took like 4 or 5 months because of the pandemic. As I said, I started this process, and kind of at the end of the process was the coronavirus stuff, and so our office is closed and so forth. So that's why we had that big delay with the Social Security. Normally they say that takes like a month. I would say that maybe more than a month. But anyway, if you send your papers to the Social Security office, they don't do it. When you're getting the Social Security for the first time, they don't do it by mail, even though you read that online. You have to call them, make an appointment, go in person. They're going to give you an appointment. Then you go in person, take all your papers, including the I-94, and then you're going to be able to apply for your Social Security. Then after that, if you don't hear from them, just call them. I mean, mine was a big process. I had to contact a lot of people, different people, people from the government, to see if they can help me. And at the end of the day, I got it. But basically, that's important. Then the license. Even though you have a license from your country, and maybe you've been driving for a long time, you have to still apply for your driving license and in any states in America after you get your Social Security. With that, you have to do the knowledge test. You have to read the book and see the rules and all that, and pass the test. And then after you pass the test, you have to take the road test, which it takes another process. And try to, here in America, you have to make appointments beforehand with a lot of time, because normally there's a lot of people here, so they give you an appointment in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and stuff like that. So try to make an appointment. So I think those are the two some of the most important processes that you have to do as soon as possible when you get to America. I'm going to tell you in the next step how much money you really need to to qualify and get that. I know many attorneys and tell you one number, but I would say how much I invested in my business here. And also, something else I want to say is that if you're interested in a franchise, I know a very good franchise. A very good franchise that I can recommend to you is the franchise I bought, and it's a great franchise here in America that can help you to get the E2 visa. So I can recommend that as well as the attorney. This video is just doing it in also with the objective to help other people that want to come to America in a legal way. Let's continue with the next step. Hey, I really hope this video was useful to you. I'm going to tell you how much I invested to get my E2 visa. And I'm going to put it somewhere here so you see that it's real. But let me tell you something. I invested around $150,000 all in cash, because this got to be in cash. I did that, but I know that many people got it investing like $100,000, and then actually some people invested like $50,000. I heard about somebody that invested like $50,000 or $40,000 with a great business idea. I mean, it's got to be brilliant. If you're going to go for less money, you have to have a brilliant, solid idea, and you have a lot of chances to get an E2 visa and start a business in America, have your American dream come true. The reality is that I invested that much money, around $150,000, give or take, but and we were able to to get the visa. So we're working hard. It's not like you buy the franchise or start a business, bought the business, but at the same time you have to work really hard. Something else, just to kind of wrap up here, is that my wife also, in this case, your spouse, is going to be able to work legally as well in the United States. You come here after you get a Social Security, after you get your driver's license. Actually, after you get your Social Security, you can apply for the work permit for your spouse, and she can work, or he can work, whatever he or she wants. In the case of the principal that is getting the E2 visa for that specific business, when in America you can only work for that specific business legally. So I hope this video was useful to you, and if you like it, just go ahead and hit like down below, hit subscribe in the subscribe button down below, and I'm going to be sharing business ideas, business information, real estate, and so forth. And I hope I can see you soon in the next video.